Greetings, adventurers. G'day, and welcome to Basensei. Alright, greetings everyone, how's it going? Hope the adventurers are doing good today. Today we are doing an art stream. It is an art class. I don't think today's stream would be super long, but I do want to teach you some basics at least to get you started with art. And you know, with more classes, I think we will keep improving on what we learned from the previous class and so on and so forth as well. So should be good. Did I just wake up? Literally, I had to wake up early for if you guys haven't seen on Lucy's channel, there was a whole Ravallum cover release of Connecting as well. So if you guys haven't seen that, yeah, it had all 10 boys all together. So had to wake up early for that, and not gonna lie, you know, I was kind of struggling to sleep last night, so I only slept at like, I don't know, like 7 AM. I went to sleep at 7 AM, woke up at like 9 AM to get like, you know, to join the VC for the cover stuff. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm tired. I should sleep a little bit more. I'm gonna take a nap. And then I literally wake up at 7 PM. No, 8 PM? I literally woke up like 1 hour before stream. So it's like, oh, wow, there's my day gone. But at least it was a pretty good rest as well. And then once again, I was just hanging out with the boys in the Discord until stream. It's kind of been nice. I feel like lately before I stream, a few of the boys are normally like, or some of the boys are normally on in the VC, and then we just hang out, chat, chill for a little bit as well. But yeah, and then I stream, and then I ponder my life looking up at my cardboard box roof. Nocturnal Bean, you're gonna be sleeping at 7 AM for real? Yeah, I mean, I need to do something about my sleep schedule, but it's hard. And let me quickly check as well. My cheeser, thank you for the 1 month of friendship. And Cosmic, welcome back. And we got Shubs with the 5 months of friendship as well. Welcome back as well. I love art streams. Congrats on the new cover and also helping with the outfit designs. Their peak is so talented. I mean, I feel like that was for the outfit designs, it was literally Lucy messaged me one night. This is when we were like chatting before debut as well. Once again, if you were there for the after party, with the outfits everyone was wearing, like me and Lucy were literally messaging and deciding on the outfits in September last year. So it was like way before our debut, like 2 months? 2 months before our debut. Yeah, this was much like very early on, and you know, it was more just like because I think Lucy had to like, he was kind of in a rush to submit he was like in a rush to submit these a document kind of stuff to the Dark Overlords, you know, and say like, hey, this is his idea, this is what he wants to do, please get it approved, that kind of stuff. And I remember I think it was like, I don't know, like 1 AM, maybe 2 AM for me. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I have the energy to like draw the outfits I have in mind. on everybody at this time. But we could mostly just look through Pinterest together and like, you know, just find things that like might look good as well and kind of suited each boy. But I feel like at that time as well, the choices I was making was based on how kind of what they were wearing as well during when we met them. The only thing is this was like summer. Like in summer, we could kind of see what you know, we kind of saw what people were wearing, so we're kind of basing it off that, but making it more of like a winter outfit based on their summer kind of stuff, or what we think they would wear. So obviously, like in December when, you know, we met everyone again and they had their winter outfits, it was very different. But yeah, I'm curious what outfit you designed for Nayu. Honestly, I'm glad he changed it. When I look back at the outfit I gave Nayu, it's way too summery. It's a bit too bright summery, because I was basing off like, I think back at that time, I think it was kind of like I think it was like based on some of the stuff he was wearing in summer when we met up for the first time when we were recording the night today. So I was like, oh, yeah. I looked at that again, I was like, not the best choice. The rest of the boys I think were fine. But yeah, I would have definitely, I mean, even now, I think I would have definitely selected a lot of different outfits for everybody. Because, you know, at the same time, that was kind of way before debut. To be honest as well, I'm not even sure of my, like, I'm not sure if some of our models were even fully complete by then. You know, I think some of us might, I can't remember. Don't quote me on this, but I think some of us didn't even have our finished models or anything yet as well. So like, you know, trying to figure out what goes well, what kind of suits each boy when, you know, no one had debuted yet and everything. I feel like I would make very different choices for the clothing if I had to do it again. So, yeah. I think the description used was like school. I don't think schoolboy. I thought like first year college maybe for Nayu's, but yeah. Yeah, I really like how the artist drew everyone's faces in that. Like the way they drew eyes and everything, it was very like, I feel like everyone looked like they were was drawn like as if they were lead characters in a shoujo manga. I feel like that's how I would describe it. Everyone is like shoujo manga lead character looking. With like the kind of smiles, the eyes and everything. And then yeah, very ikemen. They're all so good. But welcome in everyone. But yeah, that is it was nice to hear. Honestly, it was really nice to hear everybody sing together, like just in the chorus when everyone's voice blended together. It's kind of, I don't know, even though you can't distinctly hear everyone's voice, just hearing the combination of everyone's voice, I don't know, there's something about just hearing that I really liked during that song as well. So, yeah. But yeah, the Ravallum's first song we did all together. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have the individual art or images to show of my own outfit. Maybe someone on Twitter posted it. I saw a lot of things on Twitter where people like taking screenshots and stuff. He went to the toilet during work to listen to the song and became very emotional. Well, if that was even an excuse to take your toilet break, I guess that makes sense as well. I said that we won't be able to draw along because I have to study, but I wish everyone and Onisama lots of fun. No problem, Ghost. That is totally fine. You know, you can always join, you can always watch the VOD later on and draw as well. But, yeah. I'm really so proud of everyone. I can't imagine everything that actually went on behind the scenes. Yeah, it was definitely a long time for this. It was very long. At some point, like, I feel like they were rushing. Sometimes it was like, you know, it's so far away before it's done. Some points it was like, oh no, we gotta get this done. It's gonna come out very soon. And then suddenly it's not coming out very soon. And it's like, oh no, we gotta get this done. It was, yeah. I didn't really know what was happening with this song. I guess it was like, mostly on Lucy to like, make sure it was still going strong and got complete. But I'm glad that he powered through and got everything done as well. Wait, I just saw, man. I feel like whenever I don't need to see something on Twitter, it'll just pop up. When I want to find it, it never pops up. So I just saw my outfit. I'm freaked out hearing your voice. You sounded so good. I mean, I feel like maybe I could have done better. Especially hearing how good everyone else's sound. But I guess as well, trying to like balance out, you know, the low voices and high voices and everything. You know, I guess me, I think it was me, Gale, and Mlem was singing in like a lower octave than most of the others as well to kind of balance it out. But you know, in the end, the important thing is it all sounded good together. So yeah. I'm trying to find the art. Cannot find the art. Alright, I see Death Wish though. I see Death Wish art. Or the Death Wish outfits. Alright. You did really well. Well, hopefully, because I've started the beginnings of, the voice lessons. So I haven't like technically started the voice lessons yet, but more just like had a kind of not trial, how do I like an assessment kind of thing. So hopefully once I start having that as well, it gets better and better. But yeah, we'll see how things go over the time as well. Alright, before we jump into today's art lesson, I want to quickly, of course, before the Manasans bonk me, we have this, guys. Remember, okay, I'm not sure where it is for you guys, but actually no, I think it is June for everyone, right? It's it should be June for everybody at the moment. We're in June already, guys. Remember that the merch sales end June 10th. So if you guys want to get the merch, please do not wait. It's time's flying by. I feel like the merch just dropped, but that was like more than 2 weeks ago. That was a very long time ago, so make sure you get the merch, guys. We have so much cool stuff for our Ravenous 6-month anniversary. We have the acrylic stands, we have the acrylic stand keychains, the sticker sets, the puzzle keychains, the puppies, of course, guys. Make sure you get your puppies. There's so many cool things we can do in the future with them. We can have a fashion show. We can, you know, we can have like a little memories book where, like, you know, you bring Altus, Pape Doji. What are we gonna call him? Altus Pape? Pape Doji? Maybe Pape Doji. But you know, take him around everywhere, see his adventures around the world. See all of the nice food that all of you guys are going to be eating. You bought 2 puppies. I don't even want to tell you guys how many I bought. I was planning on buying 5, and I was like, huh. I may have bought some extra after that. You bought, I mean, I bought 5 at first, then I might have added extra. A few extra. What are you gonna do with them? I mean, most of them are gonna be like in either like just on display, my little glass display cabinet. But you know, at the same time, I do intend to, maybe for every proper altar that comes out, I would do a hand cam stream making a making an accessory for the next puppet to be turned into that altar. So I have like all of the different altar puppets that I can put on display as well. But I think altogether, bro lining his cardboard box on his back surrounded by his like 10 Altus puppets. That is true. I did get 5 more, guys. So I'm gonna have a total of 10, technically 11 actually. Because I get a free puppet from Mane-san's, I get 1 copy of my merch for free. So technically I'm gonna have 11 puppets. And then I've got 2 puppets of all of the boys as well. I've got 2 Malems, 2 Nyx, 2 Riser, 2 Nayu as well, puppets. Yeah. This is the greed they spoke of in the Bible. Look, I'm just saying, you know, I don't want to miss out, okay? I want to, you know, especially this is the first time we're getting puppies, you know, this is the first time we're getting any sort of, not just puppy like plushies, if you know what I mean. I want to treasure the little Altuses and the little Ravenous boys. Hope the shelf can fit all of them. I mean, it's like the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4-tiered IKEA glass display cabinet. So I have quite a few little shelves to put all of them in as well. So I think I should be okay with displaying them. So, yeah. 11, this is the kind of rich I strive to be. I am not rich, guys. Okay, was I a little, what's the word? I'm getting old, I'm forgetting English. How do you English, guys? Irresponsible, there we go. I was a little irresponsible with my spending, perhaps. But, you know, it's Ravenous. It's our 6-month anniversary. What, I feel like it's understandable, okay? I feel like, you know, you guys can understand, okay? It's one thing for me to be spending a bunch of money on, like, getting a Genshin character or something, right? Doing gacha trying to get a Genshin character. It's another if I'm trying to support the boys and, you know, get everyone's merch and everything. So I feel like this is just, I mean, I'm not sure if it's justified, but at least it's understandable. How about that? We'll say it's understandable. 90's birthday soon. Oh, man, yeah. It looks like I'll have to buy more. Thankfully, though, I should be able to combine. Hopefully, I'll be able to combine shipping for Rise's merch, Rise's birthday merch, this 6-month merch, and 90's birthday merch. Yeah. This is just me with the snapshot cards, spend money on the gacha, support the boys. Exactly. I mean, I would totally have bought the gacha cards, but once again, I don't want to take that away from the Ravenites. Especially because I'm sure I can at least get one like when we're all signing in the future, whenever we're signing the snapshot cards. I'm sure we can all just trade a few with each other and sign some for each other, so like I'll be able to get some there. I don't want to take away from if I accidentally get like a super special Nick signed one. I don't want to take that away from a Rumbi or like Mlem signed one, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you get a new cardboard box when you get a there we go. I get a new dining table, guys. When I order off this merch when it comes in, that's my new dining table. There we go. I'm saving money on my dining table, and you know. It's just budgeting, okay? There we go. But yeah. To anyone who's bought it so far, thank you so much for the support, for the voice packs, for the gacha, for the puppies and everything. But yeah, make sure if you haven't got it yet and you are intending to, please do not wait till the last day, because sometimes if you wait too late, orders don't go through as well. So please be careful, especially if you're outside of Japan. But yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm tempted to get like 15 snapshot cards and get a binder book. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. You know, honestly. Yeah. I can't. If, you know, if I wasn't in Ravenous, I would be buying all of the gacha too. I mean, that kind of sounds nice. I don't know. It kind of sounds nice having a whole binder full of all of the snapshot cards. I think I don't think I can get like 3 of each of the things. I don't know. Maybe I'll convince Mane-sans. Please print 3 extra of everyone's for me. So I can get like a binder and do the same thing. But I don't know, for me especially, like, I love things like that. I love collecting things like that. Especially things that are like hand signed or anything. I feel like it just makes it so much more special in a way, if you know what I mean. Because no matter how much, like, even if you just get my signature for the snapshot card, no matter how many signatures I do, each one is unique because it's hand signed. None of them are gonna be the exact same as the other ones as well. It's all gonna be, you know, it's kind of special that way. And Inaki, thank you so much for the 1 month of friendship. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Here's a joke for you. What do you call a person who has 75% of their spine missing? A quarterback? Alright, well, I do like a pun. But welcome back. Thank you so much for the 1 month. I have collections of thousands of K-pop photo cards. Collecting these is like, I love it so much. Ooh. Are they... I don't even know about K-pop photo card stuff, but like, are they signed as well? Are they like the hand signed ones, or like just special, like different, I guess, checky kind of different? I don't know how it works. Oh, some of them, I see. But yeah. And Nai's birthday merch, and then whatever comes out in the future. I don't even know what what other merch is gonna come out in the future, but whenever merch drops, I'm like, man, I just want it. I just want to buy all of the merch. You know, I'm suffering just as much as you guys, or maybe even more, because yeah. Alright, anyway, we're gonna get 6 months merch before the 1 year comes out. Oh wait, 6 month merch is set to ship around September. Oh, you know, I never really pay attention to these things. When it's meant to ship out and everything, I'm like, I'll get it when I get it, I guess. You can have employee price. I do not get employee price. There's no discount price. I get 1 free copy of all of my own merch, but everything else I just have to buy as well. There's, unfortunately, I can't just get this. Otherwise, you would have seen me with like an army of 100 puppies. I'll turn up to the next handcam stream and I literally just have 100 Altus puppies. I wish I got a discount, but yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. I'm buying everything as well. 1 free copy, except you buy like 20 more of your own merch anyways. Exactly. Will Kiri get a puppy too? I don't think so. Who knows? Maybe maybe before Zendoji she might. But not anytime soon. You're gonna have to give your cardboard box for the puppies. No, they can just be like you know, I'll put them all in a little pillowcase and that can be my pillow, you know. It's just a pillow made of puppies. And Q, thank you so much for 2 months of friendship. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. I mean, technically I still have to design and draw Kiri. And that is one person, I guess one person that you haven't really seen yet. Question, adventures are bigger than puppy, right? I mean, most of them are. Once again, the average adventurer size is a volleyball size, but some of them can be as small as a golf ball, some of them can be handball size, tennis ball size, some of them could be beach ball size, you know. Look, I have said so many times that the adventure is a volleyball size, but whenever I see you guys, whenever I see art, whenever I see art of the adventurers, you guys are always like the size of a tennis ball. So it's not me doing that, okay? But you know what? I guess if everyone's you know, drawing them all different sizes, that also makes sense. So adventurers can be any size. It's kind of like, remember when we played that game, Thank Goodness You're Here? That's pretty much the adventurers. They always like, suddenly they're like half a human size, suddenly they're like microscopic floating in beer. Sometimes they just keep changing, you know. And Chichi, thank you so much for the 5 months of friendship as well. Welcome back. I hope I can catch up drawing later because I'm still on my way home from touching grass. Cool Ravallum cover earlier. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that Ravallum cover. Yeah, I feel like more than for the cover, more than how I was singing, more than even the art as well or anything, it was kind of just, I feel like the thing I like the most about that cover is just that all of the boys are together. Just the fact that all of us are together singing in a song, I feel like that's the most special thing about it. And Willow, thank you so much for the gifted fishy as well. If you got a gifted fishy, make sure to thank them and Take them on walks every single day. But yeah, I truly treasure the boys. Once again, I've said it before, but like, all of Ravallum, you know, I truly treasure like everyone in Ravallum as well. I feel like everyone's like, we get along so well. And yeah, hopefully, I really hope whenever Gen 3 comes out, they vibe with us the same as like how Ravallum vibes with each other. But I trust the Dark Overlords. I trust them. They've made such good decisions so far. I trust them to bring in boys that will fit in with the vibe of everyone else as well. But yeah, if this is the future and any of the Gen 3 boys are watching, well, good luck, and I can't wait to meet you guys. Yeah, there's a new gen. I mean, it's still gonna be a while. Once again, it's still going to be a while before Gen 3, or even like just because a lot of times we announce things. It's always a process. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that are involved. Even for like on our 6 months, we announced our 3D debut, but that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be a while, guys. Even though it's exciting and it is coming up, it's not like, it's still gonna, it's still a little ways off. When will they debut? I have no idea. That is on the Dark Overlords to figure out that. I can't wait to see their lore. That is true. It's gonna be very interesting. I kind of wonder what their lore is gonna be like as well. Time to start making order predictions. But a 3D announcement equals 3 months away. I mean, I don't even... Is that how it worked? I have no idea. But at the same time as well, you know how even like when the 3D came out, then all of the boys had their own 3Ds and they were kind of spaced out. So like, between... Wait, who was the first for... Gale was the first for 3D, right? And I think Roscoe was the last? It was like quite a few months between them, right? It was in debut order. Yeah, so like when... Does anyone remember the... What was the date of Gale's? And what was the date of Roscoe's? I think Gale's was like in... Was it in September? Oh, October. October, okay. Gale's was in October. Yeah, and then Roscoe's was like December. So like... Who knows how everything goes? It was like quite a while. 2-month gap between Gale and Roscoe. Yeah. So yeah, so who knows? Cause I don't know exactly it's 3Ds are still gonna be a while away. There's so much to work on, so I don't know if we're doing debut order. We might be. Or we might be doing some other order for 3D. Who knows? But like... I guess even if we did do debut order, like, the last person, I guess, who does the 3D debut, that's kind of like added... It's like added months on to like when they're going to do the 3D debut. It could be like, the the first person might be doing it like earlier, but it's still like, you know, a little process before 3D's, like everyone of Ravenous does 3D as well. So, yeah. I imagine Ravenous to be reverse debut order. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know how. I think because everything for 3D, everything's still like being worked on, and like it's gonna be a while. So you know, Dark Everlords haven't told us anything about that. We just know we're gonna get 3D sometime in the second half of the year. You know, and you know, we've been you know, we gave them what our ideas of what we want in our 3D, but you know, for the timeline on when that's going to be complete, when everyone's going to finish, when the 3D models are going to be complete, when the 3D environments are going to be complete and everything, I have no idea. Once again, in 3D stuff, I have no idea about timelines and how much time it takes to make things, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to tell me when they give me a date for my 3D and stuff. Praying for the poor 3D artist dealing with your outfit. Yeah, honestly. Honestly. I'm not sure if it's just one person or whole team making my model, but GG to that. Whoever's trying to make all of this, good luck. I'm more concerned about the suit. Yeah, there's that as well. Have to make sure I fit into the suit. So many things. Anyway, guys. We are meant to be doing an art class, did you know? We've spent 40 minutes of the stream not doing art. I'm sure the 3D model is talented enough to include all your details. Yeah, I believe. When only someone fits in the suit, it'll be another holiday. I mean, even if I fit into the suit, I have to do a trial fitting into the suit, right? You know, way before I do the 3D debut. But then at the same time, I don't know how much time's gonna pass between me trying on that suit and me doing the debut, so I have to also maintain not getting too big. If you know what I mean. I have to make sure it's not just when I first try on the 3D suit, but I gotta maintain that. It could get bigger. I mean, I feel like because I've like to make sure I fit into the 3D suit, I haven't been going as hard at the gym or anything. I've like, you know, definitely reduced going to the gym a lot, and I'm not lifting super heavy, like super heavy weights now. So you know, I feel like I could. I'm not like at peak performance. Alright, let's do one quick spin of the wheel, just to see how many supers for today for Blush Doji. Alright, 6. And that'll be 6 for today then. But best case scenario, I hope that Diamane just bought like a oversized one, where like I just fit comfortably and I'm like, okay, I have a bit of room to grow, I don't have to worry. Because if I try that 3D suit that Diamane got, and it's like, okay, I just fit, I'm gonna be worried the whole time. I'm gonna be like, ah, oh, crap, I cannot get any bigger. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. Anyway, let me go to here. Alright, I have prepared something beforehand, a little beforehand to keep everything on track. But yes, we are also, once again, we are doing an art class today. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw chibi characters. I did this quick. Well, I was talking to the boys in Discord, like after I woke up. I did this sketch quickly just to, you know, so that I don't take too much time and I have like a kind of guideline to go through. I quickly drew something like this, but we'll go through each step as well, and maybe you guys can draw along as well. But I guess I will teach you guys as well how to do this, and as well, this is not the end step, by the way. This right here, this isn't the end step. This is actually the first step. Maybe not the first step, but like how to get to like the basic proportions so that you can start drawing your whichever character you want over it. Because if you can get to this, you can pretty much draw... Okay, maybe there's one step further where I add hair. Once you know how to do that, then you can pretty much draw as many, pretty much any character that you want as a chibi. I think today I'll be focusing on the head. In the future, I will be maybe going to teach you about how to draw the body or different head angles, and then we'll look at poses, and then after that we'll look at like maybe real like more anime proportion heads instead of like chibi ones, and then after that, you know, so on and so forth. But why am I starting with chibis, guys? And Yume as well, thank you so much for the hydration check. Everybody hydrate as well. I just realized I do not have tea or water. Do I have water? I do not have water. What do I have to hydrate? Alright. I have... Oh, wait, no. I got a little bit of water left in my water bottle. Not that much there. Alright. Okay, so step 1, guys. For anyone, alright, let's put a step 1. Okay, so for this as well, what I'm doing here is I guess what's called a guideline, where in the future, like when you're actually drawing afterwards, I would use a smaller brush, and I would turn down the opacity, and then I can start drawing like over the top of it. You know, the proper lines. So for these, I think one thing that I want you guys to be aware of when drawing these, whenever you're trying to draw guidelines, don't be too detailed about this, okay? Don't worry about the details, just worry about getting the main proportions down, and I think that's your goal for now, because, you know, I don't want you guys using like a super fine brush and trying to draw this circle and making it super perfect. I would use a different brush here to illustrate my point, but you know what I mean. Like you're trying to make it look like this. You want to, if possible, depends on what drawing program you're using. If you're using pencils and paper or anything, try to use a more blunt pencil so it's not such a thin line as well. But especially when you're sketching a lot of things, to get the details, like to get everything out, the form out quickly, you want to use a slightly bigger brush than like, obviously, something like this as well. The other thing good about using a thicker brush as well is it kind of forces you to look at the big picture rather than the details, because with a big brush like this, right, even if I wanted to like worry about trying to do all of the details here, it's kind of hard for me to do that. So I just do like something general to get the idea of everything. And then afterwards, once I know that my proportions are correct, I can go back in and start refining the details. But very important, do not worry too much about how your lines look during a sketch, like a guideline sketch. Alright. I think as well, I'll try my best to give you guys tips and like how I think about things during art as well. And Jackals, you did so well in connecting. I'm in the process of writing an FSPEN dating sim. Ooh, excited to work on it. Any requests there? Ooh, well, make sure to let me know once it's done. I love dating sims. But I am interested. So good luck on that. I can't wait to see how it goes. But dating sims. That means I can go make sure if you do a dating sim there's a good ending with Nayu, okay? I don't want to just get browed the whole time. Alright. Anyway, for this as well, the reason why I'm starting with Chibis as well, I was thinking about how to do art classes, and the reason why I'm starting with how to teach you guys how to draw Chibis as well is because, like, if I do this right, alright, let's make it a bit more skewed. Okay, not too skewed, but like, okay, we'll make him a bald-headed man. Okay, if I quickly draw something like this, and then, you know, I try put it on, it's actually kind of, alright, I didn't do a good job here. I should have, maybe skewed it a little bit more. Alright, the thing is, when you, skew, when you draw Chibis, even if it doesn't line up, okay, you can see there, it doesn't line up perfectly, right? It's not like, I did the proportions the nicest I could have, right? But at the same time, the thing with Chibis as well is, you know, it is much faster to practice and draw again, if you want to, you know, keep improving on it. But at the same time, even if it is a bit skewed, a lot of the times Chibis have the ability, because they are, you know, Chibi characters, to still look cute and still, you know, you can be happy with your art drawing something like this, right? Versus if you did a much more, you know, I guess the more cartoonish a character is, the more you can get away with deforming their features, and it's gonna be, it'll still look okay. The more realistic something is, even if the littlest thing is off, then it can look very out of place. Like, if you're trying to draw like an actual portrait of a human, you realize that the people who can draw really good portraits, they pretty much almost one-to-one have to draw all of the features in the right place, in the right proportions, everything. Otherwise, you know, they move the eye like half a centimeter too far, and you can definitely tell that it's very, very different. Something's off. Something will feel uncanny about it. But the good thing about Chibis, when you start, you know, as you can kind of see here, like if you look here at the eyes, they're not really like, if you look at the center of the face, I guess that would still be the center. You know, this eye is a bit too far to the right here. And then this one's obviously higher, this one's lower. Stuff like that. You know, you don't have to worry about as much. And of course, you do as an artist, you know, especially if you're interested in becoming an artist, you do obviously want to improve and, you know, make sure that, you know, and afterwards, when you level up as an artist, you get in proportions right, you're understanding what makes a character look like a character, and everything. But at the same time, I feel like, especially for beginner artists, it's not always about doing what's the most efficient, if that makes sense as well. Yeah. You know, obviously later on, if you want to quickly improve as an artist, you might try to look for things that are more efficient, more strategies, how to practice better and everything. But at the very start, I think when people, because this is aimed at people who haven't done art before or are new to art and starting to learn to draw, the thing you want the most, I think the thing you want to have the most when you do art is just to have fun. You know, you want to look at your drawing, you want to look and say, you know, maybe it's cute, oh, this is kind of fun, I like doing this. Oh, I can, you know, I can draw something. I believe that's because if you don't have that, if you don't have that motivation, and you don't get the fun out of it, even if you do follow a, like, super efficient, just draw this 100 times or whatever, if you're not having fun doing that, then, you know, you're gonna lose the motivation and, like, to actually do art anyway. So, I feel like chibis are always very easy. Well, I mean, more simple. I wouldn't say it's easy. Once again, at least they're more simple. And even for beginner artists, even if you mess up proportions a little bit, you can still make things, draw things that look very cute anyway, and that you can be happy with, and that could maybe motivate you to study art in the future. And then you can, you know, work on efficiency and everything after that, once you know that you like doing art. But if I made it too technical and everything at the start, it might be beneficial to your artistic skills, but to, like, your motivation and your interest in art, it might just be like, I don't want to do this. I'll be like, why do I want to do this if I'm not having fun? So that's kind of why I'm also starting with chibi characters as well. So yeah, I think #1 rule of having art, being an artist, or wanting to see if you want to become an artist, is having fun. You know, maybe in the future, years and years from now, if you are in the future from, like, you know, if you want to become like a professional artist, or you want to get paid for your work and everything, then, you know, there's other things you have to think of, like, that's not as fun. But for the starting, at least, for getting the basic skills as an artist, I think it should be very fun. I think you guys shouldn't have to worry about too many things. Just kind of be happy with your creations and everything. Alright, anyway, we will start off here, and for this, I want you guys to, first thing, I think you see this when you draw any kind of head as well, but normally, it starts with a circle. I feel like it's kind of the easiest because everyone can sort of draw a circle, right? Once again, these circles, you can practice as well, seeing how circular you can draw a circle versus, like, you know. But at the same time, alright, I'm going to do a version below it. You know, I think this might be good. Alright, I will... Okay, you know what? This is what will happen. I will kind of try prove as well that even if you don't draw things, you know, the best, you can still make it look good with practice and everything. I've been practicing circles the past 10 minutes. I mean, I feel like drawing circles is a good warm-up as well. Alright, I am going to attempt to draw, I guess, the same chibi head with my left hand underneath it. And then we'll kind of move on from there as well. Just so you guys get an idea as well. Alright. Huh. Once again, you can have a few tries drawing a circle. Get used to drawing a circle. And then, you know, once you draw something that's you think is kind of resembles this. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright. Like the circle part was easier, but making the ears kind of symmetrical, hell. Is there a way to perfect the circle? I mean, it depends. If you're doing traditional, I mean, even if you're doing traditional or digital, you can literally, if you can use a compass kind of thing. If you want to draw traditionally, if you just, you know, or you can find a can or any kind of circular object and trace around it. And you can literally just, in digital, I could literally just draw this. And then, you know, maybe lower the opacity and try and follow that as well afterwards. Wow, I am very uncoordinated with some things with my left hand. Okay. There we go. Alright, you know what? This is my circle, guys. The good thing about this as well, yeah, okay, I want to show you something as well. The thing is, for me, I was just drawing in one thing, but look, I can do this. I can draw a little bit more, see the places that was off, and then I'll just use my eraser, and I can whoop. There we go, that's more of a circle. The other thing as well, you don't have to draw it all in one go, guys. You can literally, you know, because it is a guide, you can literally just do... Okay, I wouldn't recommend that small lines, but like you can kind of try get the circle out. Just slowly. And look at that. That's definitely a lot more circular than the first time. And because it's a guideline, it doesn't actually matter how straight the lines are. As you can even see, the first time I drew a circle here, it was like made of two curves. One curve ended here, and the other curve was this way. And I mean, one other thing as well, if you look here, this whole circle is just to give you an idea of the proportions. But when you start, okay, let me switch to my right hand for a second. But when you start adding like, say a hairline to this, you start adding hair. I don't know how this guy's hair goes. You know, pretty much I would erase all of this circle anyway. If you can see here, it doesn't really matter too much about this circle is just for a reference at the beginning to kind of know, you know, not to start your hair, you know, to know that your hair shouldn't be here. If the skull's here, you should give it a little bit more space and stuff. But you know, I would, after this, okay, let me share this as well. Alright, afterwards, I would either like remove that layer or I would erase this anyway. So once again, even if your circle looks like this, it's more of a guideline, so you don't have to worry. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle like that. Yeah, since this is all of a guide. Which I guess, you know what? This is actually kind of useful for me drawing with my left hand. Because sometimes I forget as well. Sometimes because I've done art for so long as well. It's sometimes easy to forget some of the struggles that beginners go through as well, which is kind of important when you teach, you have to remember. So, you know what? My left hand is also taking this class, guys. It's good to practice with quicker strokes as well. The quicker you draw a line, the smoother it will be. That's very true. Yeah, okay. One thing you can practice. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do this with my... Okay, maybe I can practice with my left hand as well. But when you do lines, you want to see if you can... a lot of times when I draw as well, you kind of extending a line out like this. You know, you're not trying to... If you can do this technique as well, where your hand can trace the same path. That's also a really good way of like creating nice lines as well. And you know what? I'm starting to figure it out with my left hand as well. You don't want to get too slow because as you can see here, if I go too slow, it's not really going to be smooth either. But the quicker you do it, the more natural the motion, the nicer the line's gonna look as well. Yeah. Obviously it's once you've practiced a little bit with like say my right hand, I can just keep going over the same stroke like that. And you know, I can give definition or weight to the places I want to. You know, I can keep going over the same stroke, make it darker, but like, you know, it takes a little bit of time and coordination and effort, but like, once you do that, you can pretty much do the exact same stroke a million times. And, you know, it's the same. But obviously, that takes a while because I cannot do that with my left hand yet. But the more you practice, the more you can do those kind of things. And that can be used in the future to shape things out like, you know, because I can keep repeating, this is my right hand by the way, the same stroke. I can keep extending this line while making it look fairly nice still. But yeah. Anyway, back to this, back to our circle that we have. Alright, this is, I don't understand how to draw Chibi eyes. Chibi is too cute for me and my art style doesn't match Chibi. I really want to be able to draw Chibi. Do you use stabilizer? I feel like stabilization depends on the program you use. Stabilization might be, okay. But, alright, let me, for this brush right now, if I do one stroke like this, let me show you the difference in stabilization. If I take stabilization off, let me put it onto like halfway. Let me put it to full way. Alright, that's like no stabilization. This wasn't actually halfway. Okay, this is 0, this is 7, this is 100. As you might be able to tell, you can see my cursor here. Okay, let me... The thing with stabilization, as you can see here, is you can see how much the brush lags behind, like, right now this is 0 stabilization. If I'm just drawing a squiggle like this, this is how fast I'm doing the squiggle. If I do the exact same speed with 100 stabilization, you can see it doesn't work that well. I would suggest put in minimal stabilization because it is good to understand and get better at your own skills of just being more accurate. But like a little stabilization's okay. Just you know, you have to figure out where you can. It looks good, but at the same time, if you're drawing something quick or you have to do something, it still feels natural to you. Because I don't think I could draw with 100 stabilization, even if the lines look very smooth, because it like pretty much what stabilization does is if I did this, this is 0 stabilization. If I wanted to put on 100, it would take this, like the movement here, and it would like shrink it down to only a tiny percentage of it. So instead of the line going wonky, it would kind of be more this way. And then same thing, it would take this movement here and shrink it down. And so the lines would be more smooth, but at the same time you lose, it kind of loses a bit of freedom of how you draw. Yeah, so once again, yeah, it's good sometimes, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, maybe having a little bit, like if you find that, say when you're drawing, your lines look like this, you know, you might want to give it a little bit of stabilization so that, let me see. Yeah, even like this, you know, so it looks a bit smoother. You definitely have to slow down when it's on. Yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend having high stabilization on. Yeah, I think it's better to kind of learn how to like eventually just draw smooth lines without stabilization. But once again, it does definitely have its place, depending on what you're doing as well. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Mr. Johan, for the hydration check. Everybody hydrate. I keep it on 0 for sketches, but put on like 70 for line art. I think, for me personally, I think I have my stabilization set to 7 out of 100. And I just always have that as just there. I never go higher than 7. But sometimes in some art programs as well, for 0, depending on how it picks up, it might also be a bit, it might change your lines a little bit. So I normally have around a 7. Because I feel like I can still move my brush around a lot, but it just helps a tiny bit. Is it recommended to use a symmetrical ruler? Okay, here's the thing. If you are a traditional artist, if you intend to do traditional, then it is better to learn how to draw both sides of something rather than just using a symmetry ruler. But if you're just purely gonna be digital, which I feel like is most people nowadays, and then if you just want to do digital, I highly recommend just using the benefits of using digital as well. You know, where if you can just copy and flip something. But yeah. What are you drawing on? I'm using Clip Studio Paint at the moment. Yeah, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint. This one. And CSP the GOAT. 1 second. Alright. Let me do this for you. But hello, Ruse. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Honestly, the best thing about Clip Studio Paint is, you don't have to pay a subscription like Photoshop. I just want to buy something on sale once and not have to worry about any of my money ever again. But yeah. So that's why I like Clip Studio Paint. It goes on sale quite a lot. You can get like 50% off sales or something as well. But yeah. Oh, except yeah, I think there is a subscription model for if you're on tablets for Clip Studio Paint, but it is much cheaper than like a lot of other paint programs still. But I hope you're doing good today, Ruse. Welcome, welcome. I think I gave you the little spanner so that I can see your name next time as well. Anyway, you're waiting for 50% off to get EX. I do have EX actually, but I've never done the animation stuff. I do want to learn how to do some basic animation in Clip Studio Paint. Maybe we'll have a stream in the future where I figure out how to draw like animations. You're blue. Yes, I have converted you. You are now blue, just like me. All right. But once again, guys, honestly, there may be some quality of life features in like Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop or something, but you can do art in any program now. Literally, you can use any paint program out there, and you can get at least 80% of the same results. So please don't feel like you need to buy a specific program as well. Even Microsoft Paint, even the normal Paint program that comes with all of Windows things, you can make layers on that now, guys. You know, you can literally make they have layers in Microsoft Paint now, so that pretty much makes it as good as any other yeah, it makes it as good as any other paint program. Like, Paint has layers. Yeah, I just I forgot. I think a few weeks ago someone told me, but yeah, you can literally just draw in Microsoft Paint and it's not gonna be a pain anymore. They've got different brushes now. You can put layers. You can do so many different things. But yeah, personally, I do like the two ones that I've used the most. I mean, I use Photoshop a bit, but it's too expensive for me. So, I use Clip Studio Paint now, but the one I was using for the longest time, for a very, very long time, I was using Paint Tool Sai. And, you know, that one's a very lightweight paint program. But, you know, I used Sai for a very long time, and I created really good stuff in Sai as well, so, you know, it honestly doesn't really matter too much about the program you're using, as long as they have the basics, like, if you want to do digital, if it has some kind of, pressure sensitivity and layers, I think you're okay. I love Sai's blend, watercolor. Yeah, honestly, Sai's blending tools, I try to recreate it in Clip Studio Paint, but I still can't get the exact feel and like blend that I really liked in Sai. So I had, I don't know, I had some brushes that I always use to like blend stuff, and I've got similar brushes here, but it's not exactly the same, but at the same time, once you have the skills for it, you can pretty much do 90% of the results anyway. But yeah. I tried to use Psy when I first started out, immediately got skill diffed and moved to crit. Once again, there is a lot of pretty good free paint programs out there as well, so don't get stuck having to think that you have to buy some expensive program to be able to do art. Because I've seen a lot of amazing artist friends draw amazing stuff, even just in, like, you know, when they did a Microsoft Paint challenge or they did something else. You know, I think what matters most is your art skills rather than the art program. Alright, anyway, back to our circle, guys. So, if we're doing today, because we are doing just the front view of a Chibi character as well, we obviously want some kind of dividing line. Now for here, this is kind of more, I guess, more important that you try to find the center line of it. Man, struggles. Struggles already with the, okay, that's not it. Once again, you can... Okay, you know what? There we go. You know, I feel like my, it's weird at first. I feel my left hand's leveling up quite fast. I just have to get used to it. Krita and Medibang, great free alternatives for anyone else still looking for a program. There we go. Yes. I've heard a lot of people use Krita, so I guess that might be a pretty good free one as well. Yeah. But you're already partially ambidextrous, so I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, because I do use my left hand for specific things as well, but not for everything. Like when I use chopsticks, when I eat with chopsticks, I always use my left hand to hold the chopsticks. I mean, I can hold it with my right too, of course, but I always eat using my left hand with chopsticks. And like certain other things, I don't know. It's just whatever I use more for certain things. Anyway, here we go. We split a line. Why do we want to align here? It's because we're doing a front view as well. This is pretty much the midline of the face, so anything you do on this side, you want it to be kind of reflected on this side equally. So you see here, this space here, you want to make it kind of even, so on and so forth. This is my first time watching you. Thank you for the class. Or thank you for joining us, Xiaomi. I hope you're enjoying it as well. My technological skill issues means I have to spend 20 minutes figuring out how to paste. Well, there's Control C, Control V. Control C's copy, Control V's paste. But yeah, I guess it depends as well what kind of program you're using, if you're using a tablet and everything. But you only use chopsticks. I mean, I can use chopsticks well with my right hand as well, but 99% of the time I use chopsticks with my left hand. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that before was a lot of times when you eat with a lot of people, sometimes, like, depends where you sit as well. Depends, you know, depends, like, your hand positioning as well. It was like, sometimes using left hand was just easy and I wouldn't bump into anyone using my left hand versus right hand. Stuff like that. You're almost ambidextrous. I mean, I would say I'm ambidextrous, but just in certain things. Like, I can't do, you know, some things I can do better with my left hand than my right, but some things I can do better with my right than my left as well. You rather eat with your left hand and do almost everything else with my right hand. Yeah, I feel that. You know, some things I just use my left hand or right hand. So sometimes as well, I'll switch depending on where I'm seated at, like a table. I'll use my left hand or right hand, but most of the time I use my left hand. Alright. Anyway, here we go. We have a line down the middle. This is our symmetry line. And for this, we do want to, from here, what we want to do is, because, you know, to add the chin, the cheeks, and the bottom of the jaw, we want to kind of extend it from around here. So not exactly from the exact side of your circle, but you do want to extend it down a little bit and then curve it into here. And that kind of forms the basis of the face. For this one as well, I'm just showing you one style of chibi. There's like 1,000 different styles of chibis as well. You know, some chibis are more realistic, some chibis are even more simplified as well. Some of them have like big chubby cheeks, some of them don't. But I'm just giving you a basic, and then you can kind of figure out, based on the styles and everything you like, how to change the guidelines to suit you as well. But yeah, the thing is, normally you want a nice kind of you want to extend it down a little bit. Once again, the more you extend it down, the more realistic this is gonna look. This is kind of weird because to press Ctrl Z, I gotta like cross my hands. Like, this is the keyboard, and then my left hand's drawing like this. Then my right hand has to cross over here to press Ctrl Z. Alright. But yeah, so you want to keep it sort of close to the circle as well. Once again, the further down you extend the jaw here. So, alright, let me switch to my right hand for 1 second, just so I can illustrate the point. But yeah, so for this one as well, when you're building the side of the face, generally the closer to the circle you get, the younger or more cartoonish a character is gonna look. The more you get away from this side of the face, the more realistic or older a character is gonna look as well. So when you're drawing chibis as well, most of the time you want to keep it quite close to this circle, because it just gives more of a youthful appearance that, you know, chibis are known for, the cuter kind of thing as well. So once again, depends, you know, for this, even for, say, this thing, if I wanted to draw more of a masculine or like older character, even if it is a chibi, I might extend this a bit more and make it a bit more angular or pointed versus a bit more rounded. But you know, once you have your guidelines, you can feel free to change them how you want. But you know, at the beginning, I feel like, alright, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, continue with this. A lot of times as well, what I do as an artist, okay, so right now, I'm drawing with my right hand. As you can see, this is my right hand. And if I'm drawing with my right hand, it's much easier for me to draw a curve this way than this way. Because if I do a curve this way, I'm kind of like, I can do it, but at the same time, either I move my whole arm more and like, you know, versus this is kind of like using my wrist. This, I can't really use my wrist as well because, you know, the pen's going kind of towards my palm. So a lot of times, if I had to draw the opposite of that, I'll just flip the canvas as well. Yeah. I have, you can make shortcut keys as well. For me, I do have a shortcut key that I can quickly flip everything or like rotate. I can like rotate, quickly go back. I have like a lot of shortcut keys everywhere for everything when I'm doing art, but you don't need to have the shortcut, but you know. And hello Nozomi, how's it going? But I would say that if you're struggling as well to get, you know, you draw one side nice and the other side doesn't look as nice. Obviously you can't do this with traditional. So sometimes if you're a traditional artist, you just gotta sometimes learn how to, you know, make both sides look good that way. But if you're using digital, might as well, it's not really cheating or anything. You're just making use of the tools that you have. But, you know, if you're struggling for it and you're using digital, you can always either flip canvas so that you can redraw it, or wait, which? Alright. I've been drawing on like random layers, let me grab that away. Yeah, or I can see like, okay, which one do I like better? Do I like this side? Do I like that side? You know what? If I like this side, you know what? I'm going to erase this. I'm gonna grab out my lasso tool or whatever you want. I'm gonna just flip it. And I'm just gonna put it there. Or something like that. Then I can do that. And now I know it's kind of symmetrical. Look at that. I have a symmetrical jaw. So like, honestly, I don't feel like it's cheating to make use of the tools you have, especially if it's digital or whatever it is. And just be aware though that you know, you still want to be able to, it is useful knowing how to like obviously draw things both ways as well. Rather than always just relying on digital tools, but you know, if it's there as well, then it's not bad to use it. Why not use mirror? I mean, you could definitely use the mirror tool as well. You can use there's a symmetry line tool in a few programs where like it just creates a line here, and whatever you draw on this side, it automatically appears on that side. Personally, I don't use that, so for me, maybe it's part of, I'm not sure if it's part of my ADHD or whatnot, but I can't, when I draw and I see something else being drawn at the exact same time on the other side, I get very distracted. I don't like seeing two things moving at once when I'm drawing like that. So I personally don't use it. I'd rather just copy and flip, rather than trying to use the symmetry. But I know a lot of people who do use it and they're fine. Once again, whatever tools work for you, make the most use of them. But I find that, I don't know, it, for me specifically, I just find it distracts me a little bit, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm confined to half of the canvas. So, yeah, I don't use it, but you know what, if it works for you, then, you know, it works for you. Alright, once again, here you can see as well, if you've made the draw, as you can see here as well, you don't have to, because this is a guide, you can always change it depending on the character afterwards, but you do want to make some sort of, you know, guide at the start, at least guidelines. And kind of between the circle here and the draw that you just, the cheeks that you created, you would just want to draw a little C. To kind of indicate where the ears are gonna be. Same thing, you want to make sure you line it up. Sometimes you can do little marks as well, so you know as well how to make it more symmetrical. Yeah, you can either kind of just, you know, hover your cursor around and across to make it... Okay, I can see this is slightly higher. But at the same time, you want to just see if you can match it somewhat. Because it is meant to be symmetrical. Okay, so I'll bring this down slightly. I think that's kind of a little bit better. But once again, because this is a guide, what you're looking for more is the proportions rather than how nicely everything is drawn. I get distracted too, that's why I use symmetry only for mindless doodles. Alright. But yeah, how's everyone's head shape starting to take? Is it looking like a head now? Because already here, I feel like you can tell it's a head, right? Or at least the beginnings of a head. We've got the ears, we've got the skull and the jaw, all kind of fleshed out a little bit more. It's looking very cute. I'm proud of myself. Good work. You think you're doing okay? It looks good, actually, from what you're doing. Mine kind of looks like a potato. I mean, chibis kind of do look like potatoes anyway. Looks more like a head than the other attempts I've made following other tutorials. Let's go. Good work. Alright. Once again. Alright, this is you know what? I should move this keyboard over a little bit so I don't have to continually cross arms. I always wanted to learn how to draw but get stressed out if it doesn't look right. Once again, that is one of the biggest reasons why drawing chibis at the start is very good. Because most of the time, unless you got it very, very off, if like little things are off here and there, it's still gonna look nice. It's still gonna look very cute. But alright, let me copy this 1 second. Alright, just gonna copy this, move it over. Alright, next thing we're gonna do. Throw perfection out the window and just have fun. Honestly, unless you're doing some kind of commission work where, like, you know, you're being paid lots of money and you have to, like, get something, like, really, really well because it's going to be used in some kind of commercial thing, maybe you have to be a bit more worried. But if you're just doing art because you love the character or you love doing art, don't worry about it. Just have fun. And always realize that by drawing, you're improving. So the next time you draw, you're gonna get better and better. Alright, so next one. What we want to do is mark out where the eyes and the nose is gonna be. Eyes, nose, mouth. So I would say generally, the eyes would kind of start almost where, see here, where this, the circle and the cheek kind of meet at this point. That's kind of where you would expect the, that's kind of like the beginnings of the eyes. Well, that's at least where you can start drawing them. One thing as well, if you guys don't know, on digital, for most programs, I believe, if I did a dot here and then I hold the shift key down, you can use that to quickly draw straight lines as well, which can come in handy sometimes. Like if I wanted to, I just do a dot here, then I wanted to draw a line straight over. I could do that way, but I do feel like it is good to practice drawing straight lines or just, you know, because even if it's not the straightest, if I draw a line like that, I am practicing in the coordination of my hand more. So it is good to practice, you know. What tool is that? If you just hold the shift key down normally in a lot of programs, if you have the brush out, if you hold down the shift key, you can see it's kind of like, I believe it works in Photoshop as well and some other paint programs. It might not work in every paint program, but it should work in most. I know it works in Sai, it works in Photoshop, it works in Clip Studio Paint. But yeah, that's a quick one as well if you want to quickly draw a straight line to measure anything or to, you know, do anything. The shift does work. It works in Medibank too, there we go. Okay, for this one as well, hand-eye coordination is important. Yeah, especially when you're a beginner artist, you always want to try, even though it might be a little more tedious, you do want to try draw everything by hand, rather than relying too much on tools. I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with relying on tools, but I think because, especially in the future, if you want really nice looking line art and everything, it just comes with, the only thing is like thousands of repetitions of drawing and using, getting muscle memory pretty much from your hand to understand how your hand works to draw, you know, get your brain and hand working in the same pace. Because once again, you can see my left hand, you can see my right hand if I'm trying to sketch anything out here. You know, I am definitely a lot more coordinated with drawing anything with my right. But that is literally because of practice. Alright, in terms of how high do you draw this now? Do you draw it up here? Do you draw it down here? This also depends on the character you're trying to draw. But, you know, and the style, but I would say to give the chibi look, to give those like big eyes kind of thing, you know, pretty much from here to here, this kind of length is also approximately what you want to do. Like this length wants to be similar to that, or even more. Once again, depends if you you just want to draw somewhere where it's gonna be once again, this is personal preference, but like how big the eyes are gonna be. It doesn't matter. For chibis, you can actually get away with like doing like huge eyes, or you can still get away with doing quite like narrow eyes as well. But for at least the current style I'm doing right now, it's gonna look somewhere in the middle. You know, where you want it to be a decent amount. But you know, because I've seen, say, chibis that are okay, drawn like this, and they have huge eyes. You know, and obviously this one does not equal the same length as that, you know, but at the same time, it's all just, you know, a matter of style and everything afterwards. But for the most part, you know, it's good to learn one way first and then, you know, figure out, do I like bigger eyes? Do I like smaller eyes? Do I like a shorter chin? You know, all of that can come later once you've practiced this and got good at it as well. So, yeah, for now, you know, marking where the eyes are as well. And then you can also try marking somewhere below the eyes, can be the marking for the mouth as well. Alright. Here we go. My eyes, would this be graded? It's not gonna be graded, per se. This isn't gonna be graded. Or anything, but feel free to submit your attempts at drawing the chibi at hashtag #ArtZentro as well. So that I can see it. Maybe we can do a review in the future. A bit of a spoiler, next week I will be on I'll be on Nix's stream, I believe on Thursday, and I'll be teaching him how to do a little bit of art as well. I'll most likely be going through the same thing. I will teach him how to draw a chibi head of himself as well. So you know, for that one, you can kind of see in real time how I give feedback to someone drawing as well. But yeah, I'm going to I'll be on Nix's channel for that, which should be a lot of fun. Alright. For this one as well, moving on with the eyes as well, you can see alright, it might not look here.
Snatches?
And no, thank you for the hydration check. I appreciate it. Alright, it should be hashtag #ArtZentro. There we go. Alright. So for this, it might be a bit hard to see, but when I'm drawing the outline for the eye, I do not want it to be directly at this point where the everything meets. I want it to be a slightly more in, so there is a tiny little gap between the outside of the face and the eye as well. So when I draw it, let me clear this up a little bit, maybe. And Strawberry, thank you for popping by. Good luck with the rest of your day. But yeah, you just want to draw a line going down. Once again, try avoid it being at the very side of the face as well, because you know, you want it to give a little bit of a gap between that. Alright. And then we want to so that's going to be kind of where our eyes sit. Where's this? Okay. And then normally, for most eyes, for most people, you could break this into three, kind of 3 equal parts, 1, 2, 3 boxes. If you're going for a more realistic look, as well. Normally, for the most part, there's about 1 eye length in between your eyes. That's kind of the distance. But for chibis, normally you want to bring it in a little bit more. Once again, to like emphasize the bigger eyes. And so you might bring those lines in a little bit more than just like dividing by 3. But just in case you don't know where to do it, it's sometimes good to divide it by 3 first, and then after that extend it as well. Hi, first time here, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day today. But yeah, once again guys, this, even if it looks messy, is fine. This is all a guide, which you can use just as a base of your drawing afterwards. If you, maybe it's a bit late to say this, if you're doing traditional for the guide as well, because once again it is a guide, you'd want to be sketching lighter, use a lighter pen or something to sketch out everything, so that you can go in with a darker pen later on and sketch over it. But I guess in digital you don't have to worry because you can literally just turn down the opacity of any layer to draw over it and you don't have to worry. But yeah. Alright, here we go. The final steps, guys. I guess almost the final steps. Alright, I am actually going to reduce the opacity a little bit so you can see more what I'm drawing. I recommend using HB pencils for sketching. Yeah, HB shouldn't be too dark as well for pencils. Okay, so honestly, once you've got into this stage, this is pretty much the basics of how to draw a chibi proportions. But from here, you could, you know, either, if you're digital, you can lower the opacity and create a new layer on top to draw. But I've spoke about this in a different art stream. It depends what character you're trying to draw. Let me see 1 second. You know what? Let me use this as an example. This might be a good reference to kind of see the different styles, maybe. You can't really see them. It's a little... I was just gonna look at the puppies. And there. Okay, you can kind of see how... But it's kind of blocked by the hair for a lot of them. How everyone has slightly different angles on their eyes as well. Like this. Versus mine are more straight than down. Versus this has a flick at the end and up. Versus this is more round than down like that. I should up. And then this has a little flick there, I think. Everyone's is very different, I guess. You know what? Let me figure out what I can do with this. Alright, who do we want to draw today, guys? Like, in a basic level. Maybe I'll just draw... Where's my puppet picture? Alright, here is a puppet. Alright, we only have to look at his face. Alright, this is going to be our reference subject. Alright, how do I position it? Here we go. Okay, so for this as well, you can tell compared to above, right now you can see I've just done a kind of generic curve for this one. But if you were trying to draw me, if you kind of look at my eyes as well, my eyes are kind of more... They're more this kind of shape, rather than this kind of shape, obviously. But to transfer that over to a chibi kind of character as well, pretty much what we do is, what you can think about it, you don't actually have to do this. But if I grab this and just stretch it down, this kind of gives us a little kind of idea of how the shape should go for our chibi as well. So here, you can kind of see this shape. Obviously, you don't have to bring it down as high. You can take that away. But this whole shape, you can see is kind of similar to this right here as well. Obviously, the chibi we're drawing is going to have bigger eyes than the puppet right now. But I could still use that shape. So it goes slightly down. It's a little up here. And then it goes down like this. And across. Now for a lot of these as well, for a chibi, I could just kind of keep it there. You know, I don't need this other information because it's more simplified. And I can just kind of keep this look here. Actually, let me redraw that with my left hand. My bad. I swapped to my right hand again. And Yume, welcome to the Power of Love and Friendship. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy your stay. Make sure to grab a pet fishy on the way in. But same thing, it goes down slightly. The line goes slightly up. And then comes in a little bit. So there's a little point here. Alright. Okay, you can see here when I'm looking at this. Okay, back to my right hand to illustrate the point. Right now, it goes up. There's a like curve, slight curve. Then it comes down a little bit. Right now for this one, because of my lack of coordination, right now it looks a bit more like this. Rather than up, curve, around. So when I see that, I would want to kind of help fix that. That's kind of stuff you have to be aware of, because this definitely gives a very different vibe than this, even though they might look similar. Stuff to kind of look out for. I would want this to be maybe a little more rounded here. And then I can also use the eraser to kind of shape it a little bit as well for any of my mistakes. But that's looking a little better towards it. I would still maybe drop this down slightly. Alright. You guys got this as well. Alright, kind of like that. I feel like that's pretty good. Ooh, I am struggling with my left hand. But you know what? I feel like this is a good kind of exercise as well. Alright, once again, here we go. In terms of pupils as well, or irises, you can... Ooh. Pretty much just draw a circle or an oval that fits in. There we go. Left hand brought you back to the beginning of learning art, sort of, in a way. At least my hand. The thing is, well, okay, one thing, guys. Whenever you draw an eye, right? even if it's just a realistic eye. There's a nose here. Alright, when you draw an eye, especially for Chibi's anime stuff, you do not want to put the eye exactly in the middle. Most of the time, you do want to bring it closer to this side rather than in the middle. So the gap between, if I draw this right now, just as the line's going down, the gap here should be larger than the gap here. A lot of times, if you do it right in the middle, it kind of seems like they're staring off into the distance, like they're not focused. They're kind of staring off into space. Because it's kind of like, imagine when you're looking at something a bit closer to you, the closer something is to you as well, the more, I guess, cross-eyed you're going to become. To if obviously something's on your nose, you're going to be like cross-eyed. But obviously the further things are, the more your eyes don't have to come together, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can even see it here as well. Wait, let me... Alright, now if we draw guidelines on this eye, right, where the eye is, you can see that this part versus, you know, this eye white versus this eye white is very different things, where eyes tend to look, it normally tends to look a bit more focused and just a little cuter when you move it towards the center a little bit, rather than trying to keep it directly in the middle of the eye. Because I think that's one thing I see a lot of people do as well. They tend to set the eyes in the middle rather than, but it's always better to move it slightly to the inside. Yeah. My eyes came out as a 1,000-yard stare. I mean, as well, the reason why a lot of things seem like a blank stare is a lot of times because they don't have a reflection, some sort of reflection in them. Even for the puppy, you know, it's kind of cute this way, but if we started giving them I guess a bit of reflection and everything here, and then maybe also change the expression a bit more smiling, it looks less it looks more focused, less 1,000-yard stare as well. A lot of times it's just it is people tend to look a bit more like out of it if you can't see any like life in their eyes or like reflection, but that is how puppies are as well. But yeah, normally that's why in anime they give big shiny reflections so that characters look like they're just bursting with life. Anyway, I've been drawing a bunch of things over here. Let me erase everything. Yeah, alright. So, once again, as you can kind of see, I love the puppet face there. That look in their eyes is silly, yeah. I mean, that is also part of their charm. But, you know, I think that's a deliberate stylistic choice, rather than one made from not understanding. Alright, from here, I'm just gonna try and carve out the eye a little bit. Alright. Alright. Chibi is looking at me like I owe it money. Well, it's alright. You got this. Sometimes I'm trying to swap to my right and see how I draw with my right and try imitate or reflect that on my left as well. Alright. There we go. We have our eye. If I look at my eyebrow placement as well, my eye, if you just look at the angle of my eyes or eyebrows, it's kind of, okay, it's a little bit more flat than that. It'd be like here. Alright. Eyebrows, you can kind of line this up with matching where the eyes start as well. Bring it in slightly, and then you can put it a little bit up, and that's fine for. In traditional, it's difficult to make the eyes match each other. It definitely is. That's why the guidelines do help. When you draw in to help like get, if you draw in the same kind of guidelines for it, it will help generally like be able to make it look a little more the same as well. Yeah. And so you want the eyebrows just a little, you know, this is where the eye starts. This is where the eyebrow starts. Just a little bit more. There. Alright, I'm going to purposely do a few things. Alright, man. Alright, I'm gonna make a few mistakes on purpose, but I don't want to make too many mistakes not on purpose. I do want it to look, Alright. Now Chibi looking extra bold and mad, of course, for expressions as well. You know, maybe we'll do expressions in a different class, but you know, eyebrows pretty much one of the biggest, if not the biggest, thing for expressions. You know, if you wanted your Chibi to look, okay, if you wanted him to look really mad, you could put it down here, be more of an angle. If you wanted him to be sad, you do something like this. He looks like he's about to cry. Happy, you can kind of do it more curved. You know, lots of different ways you can draw your eyebrows to give off the expressions as well. Right now, we kind of want to keep, we don't want this to be like super a steep angle. You do want to pay attention to the angle. If you do it too steep, he's gonna look really angry. Versus, you know, a more neutral, still slightly slanted, but like, not like angry. It's a little more neutral. He's gonna have a little bit more of a neutral face. Alright, then from here as well, we want to draw the mouth. And normally just add in, depends what kind of expression, you can just add a line or you can make it into a little curve or a smile. It came out super chunky baby cheeks round. At least it has an ear this time. Yeah, I mean, once again, chibis do tend to be in there. Slightly more babyish looking because they're smaller and cuter and rounder. But alright, from here, draw. Oh, once again, right there, I do want to use my guidelines and make sure I'm drawing the things at the right place. Alright, and then as well, what you might want to do is starting from the ear. Alright, back to my left hand as well. You do want to, you can be a little bit more, if you can, a bit more confident with these lines. Since you are focusing on the line quality now, a bit more. Which way would it go? How do I... Alright, figuring out everything with the left hand. Alright, that's kind of better. Wait, mine looks cute now after adding eyebrows and... Oh, changing eyebrows and adding smile. Nice. It is definitely weird for me to like think of something in my head, but my hand doesn't react to how I want to draw it. You know what? Kind of different, but also good learning experience for me as well. I guess this kind of also keeps me kind of thinking about how the struggles other people can go through as well. But you know what? See, I can just flip that as well. Alright. So look, if I hide my other layer as well, you can see that honestly that's kind of looking cute. But I did this on purpose. I realized some things. Here you can see that the eyebrows are very different. This I made is much thicker, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but this is actually higher up than this eyebrow. Like if I did a line across, it is a little higher as well. So what I might want to do as well, same as this underline. Alright, this might be a bit easier to illustrate. If I draw a box, you can see the top of this eyebrow versus the top of that eyebrow. And then here, they actually kind of start the same, like the lower eyebrow, kind of similar. But the top of it is higher. And then, you know, honestly, if you just look at this, there's a few things as well. And then I can see here, see where this, the point of this is. And then if we look at the point of the other one, you can see how much further up that is. This one, generally okay. So the two things that we can are good. Pretty much the end of this eyebrow, the base of here. But everything else here, I might want to thicken up this eyebrow a little bit. So it matches more. But when I'm comparing these two, because it is a chibi as well, I can also, I know that this one's a bit too far down compared to here. I might want to raise that up a little bit.
Snackies?
And then see if that helps fix anything as well. And it'll make it look a little bit more... You can see it looks more symmetrical here now. When the eyebrows are siblings, not twins. Well, once again, you don't have to worry too much if, you know, things are a little off. That's the best thing about, you know... I mean, most of the time as well, when you're making different expressions, a lot of times your eyebrows won't exactly be in the same position, and everything. But, yeah, this is going to be... That's pretty much the basis of your chibi head. You've almost got it, guys. You know, you can, later on, you can obviously add, say, like... something in the middle, a shine, and everything, and bring it out. But for now, what we're gonna do here is bring back that guideline. And, I'm gonna give you a quick little tutorial. I might go in depth in another tutorial on how to draw hair. But if we look at this hair breakdown, right? Okay, this is good because, you know, obviously it might be hard if you look at my model and try to draw my hair, but this is already simplified in a way. Although it may be, you know, too simplified, because if we want to draw something, okay, if I look halfway between my hair, I'm gonna realize that I have pieces like this. This is one chunk of my hair. As you can see right here, that's pretty much what you're seeing. This whole chunk here of my hair looks like that. I guess in how this is done, it looks more like this. Alright, I think that's more accurate. To the puppy. So pretty much what you want to do before you go into detail, before you try to draw the hair exactly like mine with, like, you know, worrying about, okay, there's a strand here, and then I break it down into here, then have one more and then one more. Instead of doing that, try break it down into big shapes first. Yeah, you want to always break it down into chunks. This also will help you get proportions down better. You know, you can, once again, there's this one, and we'll break this down as well into a chunk here. You can't see, but it should be something like this. Alright, looking at my hair, that's similar. And then all the rest, it would be like, this is actually more like what goes here, and then this is the further ones. And then of course you get the back of the hair, which is just a few spikes here and there. Alright, so if I hide the chibi, where's this one? Alright, so if you can see here, that's like a simplified version of my hair. And from here, you can try build that same use blocks to try and build the same kind of thing as well. Build the same chunks. Now, for chibis as well, generally the hair will start quite high up as well. You don't want to get the hairline starting too much. You want to give them a little bit of a forehead. And because chibis are meant to be cuter, normally, generally, the higher up the forehead starts, the bigger the forehead, the cuter something is gonna look as well. Unless it's obviously like receding hairline. You don't want to make it like, you know, you want a big enough forehead, but you don't want to start like up here, you know. Unless you're like Vegeta or something. Anyway, you want to give it enough of a space, but still leave a decent amount. And from here, I'm going to pretty much... Okay, I know that this starts not exactly in the middle, just slightly over. So that's where I'm going to put my starting point, where all the hair comes from. But, yeah. For this, yeah, I'll add it around here. And you want to try to think of these big block shapes before anything. You know what? Even before this, I think I would just think of just this big block and see how it fits onto the chibi as well. So I know that I want it to come across here. And then it goes up here, comes up here. Alright, now maybe from here I can do this. Alright, maybe I can make it a bit bigger. Alright. This is kind of how I would draw out the first chunk of my hair as well. The other thing to note as well is I know that this is going to be the top of my hair, the back of my hair. And when you're drawing a hairstyle for someone, you do not want to make it like the hair starts here, right? Otherwise, it's going to look like they have like no volume in their hair. You do want to give extra volume. You almost want to think of it as like a little ring around someone's head, where if they were just had very short hair, this is kind of how it would be. And so, you know, where your base skull is, or the guidelines for your skull, you always want to make sure that it's going to come out from above there. So even if I did the same thing here, if I do that, I know that this, I don't have to worry. It's not gonna look so flat as well. Yeah, could most probably bring this in a little. But from here, I'm literally just looking at the shapes of how everything is. Same as this. This big chunk first. Before anything else. Literally just this chunk of hair. I want to get that shape first. I can worry about the spikes later. But if I put in that kind of shape, as well, where I know that this generally lines up as well, so I can do something along those lines, making sure it's similar, and then coming across, going across first here, and getting that same kind of shape. And then of course after that, once I've got that shape down, I can look at more of the details. There's a little strand of hair here. This one doesn't end in a straight line. It ends in more of a... something like that. And then of course, somewhere around here. There's a detail. But it's much easier to get the details right if you've got the general shape first. And then same thing. I could just add a little bit. For this one, I might have started it a bit too far. Might want it a little more to the right. That's like that. And then of course, if you just look at my hair as well. I do have one bump here. A few bumps that you could just add in if you wanted to. But honestly, not the most important. I'm gonna try the shape first, then detail method, and see if it helps with volume control. Like, not looking like a puffball. It should work on that. It should help. Alright, see, one thing I noticed in here though is because this is a skull, I do want to make sure I keep a kind of layer around there. So I might try and puff this up a bit more to make sure that it's not getting too close to the skull for a lot of the art as well. And then one other thing, I can see here, for this, because there's this much of a gap, I do want it to be kind of similar on this side. So what I might do is just bring this out as well. A little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. Do we hide the ears with the hair? I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. For now, I mean, this part will go in front of the ear. The ear will be here. And then this will go behind the ear. So how that would kind of translate is, you can see, at least for my model, my hair pretty much starts at the end of my eyes. For both cases. So you'd want to start the hair here. You do the same kind of thing like this. Alright. I've always had trouble with drawing Chibi, so this class is a blessing. I'm glad it's helping. But yeah, I'm just looking at these, and then you can see here, obviously, my hair, my ears. If I were gonna draw my ears, I guess they're more pointed like this, rather than normal human ears. So you can draw them a bit spikier. And then after that, it's just right now it's just a big piece of hair like this. Once again, we can add more detail to it afterwards. As well. But this is kind of the general shape, at least, of my hair. Based on the puppet version, at least. And then, once you've got, once you've blocked it out, and you kind of like the proportions of everything, you can go ahead and add some details. You know, put a spike in here, do something, add something here, maybe add a spike in there. Bring this in a little bit more, stuff like that. But honestly, don't add detail. Don't go in and add spikes everywhere and like add detail everywhere before you've got the major blocks. Before you've got the chunks down, don't try draw a chunk like this. I see too many people like where they're going to try add a lot of detail here. Like trying to draw my hair. And then you kind of realize that, alright, then you draw this one. And then you draw the next one. And then you draw this. You try draw this. A lot of times when people start drawing too much detail first, although the details might look good by themselves, you realize that it's too like once I erase, wait 1 second, where's my layers? The proportions are going to be very off, where this is going to be like too small. Yeah, okay, I didn't do the best job of it right here because it's still somewhat in proportion. But a lot of times, you know, things start getting like very off. Like where even though each individual spike might look nice, you know, say these two spikes here for me, right? These two right here. They might draw them. Alright, might put it here. And then try draw everything, but realize that it's a bit too high up for everything as well. Like yeah, sometimes it's a bit it's unless I you know, I feel like I have to like really focus on messing up, but like I see it a lot. I'll have to find like a different, you know, maybe if I see someone else's art in the future, or if I find my old art, I can kind of show you guys more. But it is not good to focus on details first. Keep things simple, then add detail. Trust me, that is gonna save you a lot of pain in the long run. As well. Yeah, but all right. Once again, we hide the guide layer off. You can see we're kind of getting something that looks like me. Already I feel like this is more than enough detail, as long as we add my little face markings in color. Or not even color, we don't even have to add color for today. But if I just added, once again, even for this, you don't have to, as a chibi, it doesn't have to be that detailed. That already looks like me, right? Of course. The final thing, the horn. Alright. So, same thing for... If you're having trouble as well with the horn, where like, how... I'm trying to think how people would Alright, if the horn's not looking right to you, and you don't know how to draw it properly, a good thing sometimes as well, if you do have the reference, is pretty much, this is also one way to learn from it as well. Pretty much if you just trace the reference, but don't use what you traced, but just look at the shape that you just made. You can use the, a lot of times because you take away all of the other detail from it, and you're just looking at the shape only, the line, it's a lot easier for you to comprehend in your head and be able to draw that kind of shape. So if I'm looking at that once more, then I can try draw a similar, focusing on this rather than anything complicated. Are we supposed to draw Chibi Doji too? Yeah, you can if you want. You can draw any, I mean, any character you want, honestly. I'm just showing you how to draw me, because obviously for me on stream, I can't always show different characters because of rules, copyright rules and everything like that. I have to be a bit more careful. So it is much easier if I do. But say something like this. That's my horn. For now, for the Chibi version. And then I kind of realized it goes a bit more that way. Alright, other than that, I do have my little accessory here, but you don't really need to draw that. But here I can just erase anything that's covered by hair. I'll turn this back to black. All right. Oh. Guys, I see a mosquito. No, I missed him. He's flying away. No. Why? Not the Is he coming back? Wait a minute. Oh, I lost track of him. Well, and guess who's getting bitten tonight? Me. I am getting bitten tonight. I'm not sure if I should be thanking you for sending mosquitoes, but you will play the violin in your ear. I hate that so much. The worst thing when you're trying to get to sleep and you hear a mosquito buzzing in your ear. Alright, I'm just trying to balance out how this looks a bit more. Like adding little details. But pretty much, that's it. Thought it looked a bit too flat on this side before, so I just gave it a little bit more volume. But yeah, that is pretty much the basics of constructing at least a simple chibi face as well. there's a lot you can do as well to make a, you know, you could add shine to it. And everything, and you can start. I don't want to get too bogged down in the details of, like, you know, doing this, adding shine, and starting to, like, do other stuff. There's a lot of small things you can do to make it pop, but those are the things you don't have to worry about for now. You know, I feel like if you can get to something like this stage already, that is a good place to practice as well. Invest in a mosquito lamp. Wait, are those the ones, the electric ones that like zap mosquitoes, or is that like something else that like the stuff that has smoke that wards away mosquitoes? Can drawing Chibi be a series, please? I mean, it lures the mosquitoes and traps them inside. Oh, I see. I might have to look into that. But yeah, for now, this is the Chibi that we drew for today. I wanted to try keep it as basic as possible. And for the most part, I did draw 90% of it with my left hand to help kind of understand as well how some of the struggles. But yeah, I hope your Chibi is looking nice and cute. Will you draw Chibi body later? Yes, I would do a tutorial on how to draw the Chibi body, how to draw Chibi angle, like face in different angles and stuff. But I think this is a good starting point for you guys to learn as well. Once again, if you can get to the basic construction here, what's this doing? If you can get to like this kind of basic construction, where's it? This one? I feel like, are you left-handed or right-handed? I am right-handed. For drawing at least, I'm right-handed. But if you can get to this kind of guide, you're doing really well already. I feel like the guide, or like being able to understand proportions, is definitely early on the most important thing to practice. But of course, feel free to draw your cute chibis, add details to them as you like. But once again, don't do, you know, you don't have to get overboard. Sometimes being simplistic is cuter and a bit easier as well.
Snatches?
I never done drawing at all, but I tried. Thank you for participating as well. I do appreciate it. And I hope it you're happy with the results. And everybody hydrate. But yeah, practice. Where's this? Okay, there we go. That's kind of like the practice we've done today. I can put this here, just in case anyone needs a little summary. You're happy with how yours turned out? Very nice, very nice. But yeah. Once again, I will teach you guys further, like later on, how to do more details, add more details and everything. How to spice it up, how to like little tricks to make it come alive and everything. But for now, I don't want you guys focusing on too much. You know, even the details in the hair, you don't have to worry about too much of the spikes and details in the hair, even if you kept it just as blocks as we did before. That's more than enough as well. What's the homework? I would say practice drawing, doing the same method. Maybe you can try draw some of the other Ravallum members. You know, break down their hair. See if you can also try draw their hair as well. That's always a good kind of see if you can get their hair and eye shape, you know. Like look at how their eye shape goes, look at how their hair goes, and see if you can break it down into simplified chunks as well, or shapes. Yeah. The hair would be the biggest challenge, but if you break down, it'll be easy if I practice. Yeah, I think one thing as well is it takes a bit of time and understanding to see where you should, how you should break down hair as well. Maybe don't do what, you know, I looked at wait, let me just quickly do this. I looked at the puppet and kind of broke it down that way. But say like, if I paste here, myself, look, it's my face. Right, we'll line the opacity a little bit. Let me hide this. I would do a different thing in the future about hair, more about hair. But it's kind of, for now, like where to break down the front of the hair. This is kind of, you know, one section. It's kind of like figuring out what is more towards the front, what's on the side, and kind of what's on the back as well. This is also the side. I guess this would be kind of counted as the front as well. But like, looking at that, then afterwards, breaking these down into big shapes. Once again, say something like this. Breaking this down into a shape. Breaking this down into just that. Got something there. Getting back to red. What's on this side? This part's on the side. Some of these spikes are on the side. And then everything else is like at the back. But like breaking them down to different layers so that you can draw them in separately and break them down into chunks. Also does help. Because look, that is pretty much the breakdown of my hair, guys. You know, my hair looks super complicated to draw right now. But if you focus on those main shapes, that is how you draw my hair as well. But yeah, looking at this, once again, break it down into shapes and try translate it here. And we will go over more detail. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with a bunch of information because, you know, it's easier just to focus on this for now. I think the main thing right now is you guys want to be able to draw like a little guideline and be able to draw the face. You know, even if you want to draw more of a bold chibi, that is fine as well. You guys can just draw Krillin or something. But focus on the basics first, and then we'll expand on it and get more details later on. So, that is fine. Alright, well, that is going to be, I believe that's going to be it for today. You know, I didn't want to keep it going too long. I see the mosquito again. It's on the wall. I see you. It's on the wall, but kind of high up in front of me. Don't think I can reach it. Oh, can I? Alright, you know what? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna attempt to take him out. Oh wait, no, he's fine again. He's he's taunting me. I guess I should say she's taunting me, since I think it's the female mosquitoes that bite. But well, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. You know, I'll have something else planned in the future for you guys to practice as well. But in the meantime, feel free to practice what I went through today. I hope to see what you guys do as well. Make sure you use the hashtag @Zentora if you haven't already. And once again, you can see you do not have to be, especially on the bottom layer that I was trying to prove. For the guideline, it does not have to be very neat or very clean. Because in the end, once you turn down the opacity and draw again, you can tidy up then. Don't worry about if your guideline looks messy. You don't want it to look messy to the point you can't read what's happening. But, you know, at the same time, you don't have to concern yourself with it being the neatest. Like, it doesn't have to look like this. It can look more like this. That's okay at first as well. Alright. But yeah, I look forward to seeing the results of your practice. Yeah. Once again, I think I went over the hair quite quickly. If you guys are struggling with the hair, do not worry too much. I will go more into detail about how to draw hair in a later video art class. Right now I just wanted to like get the basics of the hair down, just so that you could finish drawing a face if you wanted to, so that you're having more fun. Because I know, you know, sometimes it's more fun practicing a full art, even if it's not the most accurate, versus just halfway through. So yeah, just have fun with it. Don't worry too much. Just remember this is a learning process as well. And if you guys are struggling with the hair, I will help you guys out later on anyway. But focus more on the proportions of the face and everything first. And then, you know, if you want to challenge yourself, go for the hair, but just remember, it's not, I will explain that more later on. Alright, what else do we have? Let me quickly see. You aren't bald anymore? That's nice. Alright, one thing as well, our schedule is being checked on at the moment, guys. But tomorrow, okay, I have to tell you tomorrow. I believe it should be okay. For Monday, Tuesday should be okay. Tomorrow I am playing Minecraft. It's not a Zatsu stream. It is a normal time of 8 PM JST. But we are not doing we're not doing Zatsu. Zatsu is gonna be on Tuesday at the normal time. Is it true that you're Australian? Yes, I am from Down Under. I am from, if you can't tell by the accent, I am from Australia. Or as I call it, the Down Under world. Okay, but tomorrow is going to be a Minecraft stream at 8 PM JST. However, I'm not sure if it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be that chill. We will see. So why am I playing Minecraft tomorrow? Because I will be playing with one heck of a Dino Boy, Rise of Blazing Fang. We are going to, so pretty much, he wants to get some elytra. He wants to get some wings so he can fly around. So I will be going on a journey with him. And hopefully we can find him some elytra wings. That is going to be the goal of tomorrow's stream. We're going on a little adventure back into the end cities. We're going to test out Gacha and we're going to see if we can find some wings for the Dino Boy as well. So that's going to be a little Onifang collab tomorrow. Tuesday will be our normal Zatsu. At the same time, 8 PM JST. For the rest of the week, I will have to wait for the Mane-san's confirmation before I can tell you guys. But I am taking a few days break, maybe like 2 days off next week. And I will also be doing a teaching Nick's pretty much what I taught you guys today. But then I can like help correct him in real time, and you guys can see that as well. Sometime later during the week as well. Is there potential for a horror game? On Saturday. I guess once again this can be subject to change. I will have to wait for Mane-san's to approve it. But it should be Saturday. We should be finishing A Little Hope. So that's the horror game. And Sunday, we as long as it's all checked off, Sunday will be Fall Guys with the Adventurers. It's gonna be playing Fall Guys again, community night. Everybody who wants to play, feel free to play. Make sure you download Fall Guys as well. It is free on all platforms, I believe. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Once again, I do have to wait till Mane-san's confirm the schedule, but that is what I'm planning as well. I missed the lesson, I'm so sad. Don't worry about it. There's always the VOD available, but you know, thank you for popping by here anyway. And you know, I will also be going teaching Nyx how to draw a chibi face of himself, I think on maybe Thursday night. But we will wait for Mane-san's to confirm my schedule before I can properly tell you guys. You just woke up? No way you missed the lesson. It's okay, VOD will be available. So take your time, but good morning as well. You're very proud of your Chibi, I'm glad. Once again, you know, some people might get it fast, some people it might take a while. But you know, just have fun with these things, guys. You know, there's a lot of time to improve in art and get better in everything. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly how you want it to look. You know, you could see even I was struggling using my left hand. Right? When I was using my left hand to draw a lot, there was a lot of things I was struggling on. But it still turned out pretty cute in the end. You're gonna be brave and post it? Once again, yes. Use the hashtag @Zentra. @Zentra. Use that hashtag if you guys do want to submit anything you drew from this class today. And I look forward to seeing your submissions as well. But yeah. Because I am trying to make sure I simplify everything as much as possible for you guys. And you know, in the future we will worry more about proportions, we'll worry about like line weight and everything. But for now, please don't worry about anything. Just if you're happy with how it looks, and it looks okay, you think it looks cute, that's the most important thing. As long as you have fun, guys. Yeah. Because, yeah. For now, I also did pick, even for the chibi proportions, I did try to pick the most common and kind of easiest to draw for now as well. So just have fun. Have fun. And later on, I will teach you guys more detailed stuff. Alright. Anyway, I believe that is it for today, guys. Is anyone streaming at the moment? Who's streaming? Oh, there should be a few people. Alright. Zenny's live. Ooh, he's playing Baldur's... Okay, he's playing Baldur's Gate. I was sending you guys to Zenny for today. Ooh, Baldur's Gate. You know, I played a little bit of that game. I never finished it. But, yeah. A good kind of way if anyone has played Baldur's Gate. It's kind of a good introduction to D&D mechanics. As well. But, I will send you over there. Let me find him. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm sending you off to Zenny, guys. Make sure you read the rules and everything before you comment and everything in stream. You know, every streamer has different rules. Make sure you respect them. Make sure to remain respectful at all times. All those kind of things. But I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for the Minecraft stream with Ryza and me. Oh, did we get Blush Doji? Wait, how many supers did we get? I wasn't paying attention today. Wait, let me quickly count the supers. Oh yeah, we did get enough. Okay, someone remind me at the start of next stream, at the start of the Minecraft stream, I'll do Blush Doji for 5 minutes. Yeah. But yeah. Alright, don't forget to stretch, hydrate, relax, eat something nice, treat yourselves well. Take care of yourselves. Otsuani OVOs in chat. And until our next adventure, adventurers, roll out. Bye bye.